Hi, today I would like to talk to you about the Blue Ocean Strategy. That's a book I read some years ago from René Maubogorn, and it's actually a very interesting book if you want to create your business. It's a book I recommend for all entrepreneurs that I got to meet and that support us also in the blue economy, which is the area that I work. It is the book that will support you to find your place at the sun and also to understand what makes you different and what are the types of innovation that you can bring to your sector. Well, one key concept of this book is understanding that there is this red ocean and the blue ocean. The red ocean in entrepreneurship is this place where it's super competitive, where a lot of people do more about the same, where you don't have lots of innovation, where you are exploring a demand that already exists, where you are competing per price, and where you deliver price. And also where you are fighting with your competitors all the time. So it's a place where it's very stressful and you are not able to bring a lot of innovation to your client. But there is the blue ocean. In the blue ocean, you are exploring a new market. You have a few or no competitor at all. You are capturing a new demand on the market, or because it's a new product that you are creating because you think that consumers are able to buy that, or because you are exploring something which is a bit hidden in the market. It's a will that people have, but they never explore it. You are challenging the status quo somehow because you are risking and you are delivering value instead of price. Here, you are making your competitors somehow irrelevant because you are delivering something which is quite new, and you know where your differentiation points they are and how you can bring your innovation to the table. Well, in this red ocean, you are tired, your clients cannot understand which is your potential, you are again competing for the price. Everyone is running for the same size and people are innovating on the same place. One clear example of that are pharmacies, for example. They all look the same, they compete for the price, and it's a product that consumers pretty much need. So people just cannot innovate so much in pharmacies, and they are, for example, in a red ocean, or car magazines, car selling stores, because it's a demand that already exists in the market, and all the stores, they somehow look the same. But in the blue ocean strategy, you are differentiating yourself a lot from your competitors. You have created a type of innovation that will bring new people, will bring a new set of consumers. You are exploring a new demand on this market, and yet you don't have direct competitors. If we take the car shops as an example, we can talk here about the electric cars, for example. They're exploring a super new demand on the market, and at the beginning, when they didn't have a lot of competitors, they were competing by value because they were talking to this consumer who had mostly environmental concerns, right? A person was buying a car not because of the design it has and also because of that, but also because the pollution problem it is tackling with the batteries, right? So that is one clear example of how the car industry started to adapt. And now again, some years later, we have the electric cars in the red ocean. But with time, this industry will also have to differentiate themselves. Another example is Netflix when it emerged, because we had a business for films where it was super traditional. People had to go into this location store, they would pick this film, would stay with a week with this film in their houses, and it was something completely different from the streaming, right? You didn't have the option to change films if you wanted. You had to stay with that film for 1 week. So Netflix explored this demand. It was a demand that people had to watch films whenever they wanted and from their houses. So observe that in this red ocean of the location stores for the films that we had in the past, this is a business that basically disappeared after the streaming. But there are many examples, and one of them is a pretty well known for all of us, which is the circus business. And I will take this example for you to think about how you can explore new demands in the blue economy and how you can innovate your business in the blue economy. Well, the circus is this business where in the past there was a lot of logistics involved in having a circus. So if you had a circus that you wanted to bring to another city, another country, you had to bring everything with you: animals, people, all the infrastructure of setting the actual structure of the circus. You traditionally had some things that were important for the business, like the animals, but which were highly difficult to bring to other countries because you needed permits, you needed to take care of their health and etc. And it was demanding. You had also to travel a lot with your circus, so you had this itinerant capacity, and sometimes you already had some infrastructure in the city that you were arriving that was fulfilling this gap. For example, the theater. So not everyone was so interested about the circus. And you had some problems in this infrastructure because of safety as well, because you were bringing something in and starting their setup from scratch in this new city. Well, one business understood that and understood that people liked circus but didn't like the whole logistics behind it, and also didn't like some of the features of the circus. And this brand is the Cirque du Soleil. The Cirque du Soleil, it's a very interesting model and a blue ocean space for the circus business because they eliminated, for example, the animals. So what they kept in their business, they eliminated the animals, they eliminated the whole logistics, and they created the circus as a place for a show. So they kept the artists, the lights, and all the scenography behind the art, but they removed what people actually were not caring so much. So they focused on the gyms, on the dancers, on what was attracting actually the public. And they stopped focusing so much in families because that was the focus of the ancient circus business, and started to focus on another public, the public that had actually money to pay for their tickets. This is a clear example of a blue ocean strategy. Is when you look at one sector that is a traditional one, it needs innovation, and you bring a demand for the sector, or you bring an innovation that captures a demand from the market. That is something for you to think about. Take the Cirque du Soleil as inspiration for your business, and let's talk in my new video, which will be out soon. Bye bye.